Gwydion. Gwydion.
Gwydion, what are you doing, boy?
I was just looking.
How dare you take leave of your duties? Resume your chores immediately.
Yes, Mananin. Master.
Had your parents survived your wretched infancy, the sight of your sloth alone would have killed them.
They would not have been proud of me.
No, but fate has favored you. Few orphaned youths can know such fortune. You are lucky to be here to serve me.
I am very lucky.
Indeed. Now get to work.
Such is the story of young Gwydion's life to this point. What's a poor boy to do? Oh well, in resignation, Gwydion obediently follows Mananin into the house. Wizard looks at you menacingly.
The chickens need to be fed. See to it at once.
You pick up the chicken. You gently pluck a feather from the chicken and gently set it back on the ground. Drop to your hands and knees and hide the item under your bed. Wrinkling your nose in disgust, you throw the smelly contents of the chamber pot out the open window. What a way to make a living. You take a moment's respite at the table, then decide you haven't the time. The perfect servant, aren't you? The wizard gives you an evil glare. You take the mutton chop and carry it with you. You can't use that. You take the loaf of bread and carry it with you. There's nothing under the table. You take the fruit and carry it with you. You take the wooden spoon from the iron rack and keep it with you. You take the carving knife from the iron rack and keep it with you. You retrieve the clay bowl from the kitchen shelf and take it with you. He's probably politer than the real thing.
Don't count on it.
The wizard's glare makes you suddenly feel very, very small.
I have decided to take a journey.
You have always admired this lovely tapestry. It's one of the few bright spots in this dreary house. You take the wizard's hand mirror. You've never wanted to smell like a rose, but you don't look good wearing peaked hats. You don't look good wearing peaked hats. You search behind the clothes hanging in the wizard's closet. You're startled to discover an ancient parchment scroll. Its ink has faded, but it seems to be a map. Taking this treasure, you leave everything else exactly as it was. You search the pockets of the black cloak. Suddenly you discover a small brass key. What could it unlock? An eagle sits in its nest, tilting its head as it eyes you warily. The lady of the house is tending the garden.
Hello. Sorry.
This is the door to the bear's house.
Hurry along there, Mildred.
Yes, George.
Mama, my button's not done up!
Button? Haven't you taught him anything, Mildred?
It's a bit difficult for him, George.
There are bowls of porridge on the table, a far cry from the fish, honey, and berries you were expecting. Just right, so you take it with you. You are in the Bear family's cozy bedroom. 3 beds share with a chest of drawers. A dresser sits in the corner of the room. You closely examine the contents of the drawer. You pick up the thimble. Holding the silver thimble beneath a dew-filled flower, you gently tip the flower so its dew runs into the thimble. You move from flower to flower, repeating the process until your thimble is brimming with dew. You take a handful of fertile soil from the garden. You scoop up a small handful of sand. You look up into the towering oak tree. You can only see large spreading branches and thick leaves. Looking down, you see a small hole between the tree's large roots. You pick and poke among the fallen acorns, looking for dried ones. You eventually find 3 dried acorns and take them with you. The store sits on the south side of the pier. You peer into the window, but cannot make out the dim interior. A discarded fishing net lies on the ground. It has been here so long that grass has begun to grow over it. Leave the fishing to those in the know. You're not keen to add your hand to the menu. A discarded fishing net lies on the ground. You can see more town buildings further to the north. The fish must have been on dry land for a considerable amount of time already, as its aroma is less than desirable.
Good day to you, young man. What can I do for you?
A content, hairy dog sits on the floor of the store. Its name tag reads, Hank. You pat the hairy dog and are rewarded with a handful of malted hair. The trees are smaller nearer the coast. Climbing these would serve no purpose. You search among the hanging mistletoe until you find a sprig that has dried. You break it off and carry it with you. Whoever boarded it up did an admirable job. You can't use that item there. The door is boarded up. There's a note pinned up beside it. The window doesn't appear to be fully closed. You can't reach it from here. Despite the fact that the window is ajar, it will not open wide enough to allow entry. There's a small brass latch on the inside, which your fingertips cannot quite reach. Despite the fact that the window is ajar, it will not open wide enough to allow entry. You slide the knife's thin blade through the gap and easily flip the latch. The rest of the pages are blank. In the wake of the Wizard's Mountain, the northern end of town houses the library. The only way in is through. It was to be expected that a spider of this size wouldn't just live off flies. You kneel and scoop some of the mud onto the wooden spoon. This is a pleasant area, marred only by a dark opening in the hillside. A huge spider web covers the entrance. You scoop up a cupful of ocean water. You pull out your magic map. You feel a strange pulling sensation. The oak cabinet has a brass handle on its door. Your feather duster is lying on its top. You unlock the oak cabinet using the brass key. Inside, you find the wizard's magic wand. You take it with you, knowing it could mean death if he finds it missing. Every surface is dust-free. You may not like what you do, but you do it well. The cabinet door locks as you shut it. So many books line the bookshelf, you wonder when Manannan has time to read them all. Titles cover many subjects from ancient Arabic mythology to a study of the heavens to the philosophies of Socrates. You can't use that item there. You can't use that item there. Get on your hands and knees and quickly shove all your possessions under the bed. They will be safe from the wizard's sharp eyes there.
Is missing. You will pay for your insolence.
The wizard keeps close dibs on his wand. Don't let him find it missing next time. You unlock the oak cabinet using the brass key. Every surface. The cabinet door locks as you shut it. Carefully examining the bookshelf, you notice something unusual about one of the volumes. Only the spines are apparent, and they seem to be stuck together. You quickly pull the levers in the correct sequence. Every surface. You quickly pull the levers in the correct sequence. You quickly pull the lever. You quickly pull. You quickly pull.
You know better than to go through my personal belongings.
Manannan caught you snooping around. Now you're nothing but dust on the ground. Your feet work. You see an evil sneer come across the wizard's face.
I am hungry. Prepare me a meal at once.
Manannan is impatiently waiting for his food. His stomach rumbles as he drums his gnarled fingers on the table. You'd better feed him quickly, or dire consequences may result. Your heart skips as the wizard gives you an evil look.
I am going to lie down for a rest. Do not disturb me.
Dropping to your hands and knees, you reach under the bed and retrieve all of your possessions. Your feet work better. You can't use that would. You pull out your magic map. It's easier if your hands are grubby enough. No need to dirty them first. The despicable cat slips away from your grasp with a fierce scratch to your arm. Every You are not close. You are not close. You are not. You are not. You are not. The despicable. Every surface. The despicable. You pull out your magic map. You feel a strange pulling sensation. Dropping You quickly pull the levers in the correct sequence. You try to turn the handle, but you unlock the oak. Inside, you take it with you. The cabinet door. You quit. The shelves are filled with numerous items. The shelves hold skeletons of small animals and birds, some human skulls and bones, and other odd instruments whose use you do not know. Most of the bottles are unmarked. There are a few things that interest you, though. You pick up the bottle labeled ground fish scales and take it with you. You see a bottle labeled toad spittle. You pick up the bottle labeled toad spittle and take it with you. You pick up the empty flask and take it with you. The shelves are filled with numerous items. There is a bottle labeled toadstool powder. You pick up the bottle labeled toadstool powder and take it with you. You pick up the bottle labeled saffron and take it with you. There is nothing that looks awfully useful on that desk. You take a closer look at the wizard's work table. Covered with gold trimmings, the old book's leather cover is cracked and worn, its pages yellowed and brittle. The title, however, is clear: The Sorcery of Old. You eagerly thumb through page after page of what you assume to be magic formulas. The ink of the old handwriting is faint and barely readable. Most of the formulas are indecipherable, but a few are in a language you know. You treat the old book with great care. As you can tell, it contains recipes for some very old and powerful magic spells. Your hands shake as you realize this book could be the key to your escape from the evil Manannan. The little vial of rose petal essence has a delicate, sweet aroma. You add a pinch of saffron to the vial marked rose petal essence. With trepidation, you prepare to recite the flying like an eagle or a fly incantation.
Spirits of air, cloud and breeze, lend me your wings that I may seize the opportunity to fly. Allow me passage through the sky.
You wave the magic wand over the vial of rose petal essence. You look at Manannan's spellbook. You pour the cup of ocean water into the bowl. You light the charcoal brazier. You place the bowl of ocean water on the charcoal brazier. You remove the bowl before it starts to boil. You add a spoonful of mud to the bowl. The cream-colored toadstool powder is finely textured and nearly odorless. You shouldn't try making up your own spells. Dropping You unlock the oak cabinet using the brass key. Inside, you find the wizard's magic wand. You quickly pull the levers in the correct sequence. Pick up the bottle, you pick up the bottle. You take a cloak covered with gold trimming. You eagerly You add a pinch of saffron to the vial marked Rose Petal Essence. With trepidation,
Spirits of
you wave the magic wand over the vial of Rose Petal Essence. You pour the cup of ocean. You light the. You place the bowl of ocean water on the char. You remove the bowl before it starts to boil. You add a spoonful of mud to the bowl. You shouldn't try making up your own. You look. You pour the. You need to light. You light the. You place the. You remove. You add a spoonful of mud to the bowl. You add the toadstool powder to the bowl. You save the empty jar for reuse. You blow into the steaming bowl. With trepidation, you prepare to recite the Brewing a Storm incantation.
From nature, I now call on thee, the power of the land and sea. When brew is stirred, all should be warned, the might of the approaching storm.
You wave the magic wand over the bowl. You carefully pour the storm brew into the empty jar. The charcoal brazier burns out. You quickly pull. Nimbly, you grab the nasty cat by the scruff of its neck, avoiding its needle-sharp claws. And now that you have it, what are you going to do with it? You manage to pluck some fur before he viciously scratches and leaps from your arms. With grim satisfaction, you survey your wounds.
Stupid cat. Whether you know it or not, you just helped me.
You carefully replace the magic wand exactly as you found it. The cabinet door locks as you shut it. The dirty brown toad spittle is unpleasant stuff, to say the least. Within the glass container, you see your ground scales. The powder emits a faint, fishy smell. Feet were... You quickly pull the... You pick up the empty flask and take it with you. You pick up the bottle labeled Nightshade Juice and take it with you. You quickly pull the levers in the correct sequence. You pull out your magic map. You feel a strange pulling sensation. You fill the flask with ocean water. The little vial of magic essence. The eagle's tail feather makes you wonder what it would be like to soar among the clouds. The strange woman stands before you expectantly. Her ageless face is tranquil, but there's faint urgency behind her gaze.
Welcome, young one.
I saw you through the telescope, but it was a dream.
Neither dreaming nor awake. It was I you saw.
Who are you?
You may think of me as an oracle. Beyond that lies knowledge I cannot impart. A better question for you to ask is, who am I?
I do not understand.
Do you know your identity? Your ancestry? Your heritage?
My name is Gwydion, a servant to the wizard Manannan, and I have lived in Ludor all my life. As for my parents, I have never known them. Manannan told me that they died when I was very young.
Yes. Too young to remember, too small to resist.
I don't understand.
A lie lurks in shadow and gives way to the luminance of truth. The time has come for your enlightenment.
Hello? Where am I?
These are but visions of life long faded. Observe what you may, but the time of influence has passed.
The child of the cradle stirs, as if the air has become too cold for him. You wonder if you could stand a closer look.
Manannan.
I thank the Father for this timely gift.
No! I was that boy. Manannan abducted me. Everything he told me was a lie. I need to know more. Tell me.
Then speak, my child. Ask.
My name? Do I have a name? Other than the one Manannan gave me, I mean?
Your name is Alexander. Prince Alexander. You are heir to your father's throne.
My father is a king?
Yes, a very good and noble one. It may come to pass that you shall meet him.
Where do I come from?
You hail from the kingdom of Daventry. Once, it was a place of great beauty. Oldest is the magic that lies deep within that realm, and the earliest histories are connected to it. An important part it is to play in great events to come, but this should not concern you. The land has suffered much in recent times, and must be healed.
Why must the land be healed?
Great misfortunes have plagued Daventry since the arrival of the three-headed dragon. Each year it demands a sacrifice in exchange for sparing the land from its fiery wrath. At first, the king refused, and now, years later, the land burns still from the dragon's flame.
How may it be healed?
The power to do so can be found in a place once linked to the greater land. You will come to it in time, where your value shall be measured by the way you measure value.
Come again?
You will know when it is time to know.
Why does the king do nothing?
There was a time when the king would have risked all to save another. Now, he has barely the spark of life within him. The years have been hard for the royal family. Grief has taken its toll, and the king has borne the brunt of the anguish. Now, with the dragon holding the kingdom's future in its fiery jaws, he has not the spirit to fight the evil. The curse endures still.
Curse?
It is beyond what is yours to reckon with. Concern yourself not with it.
Who are my family?
You are the son of Graham and Valanice, and the twin brother of Rosella, who is even now in great peril.
A sister. In peril, did you say?
The dragon came and took nest upon the highest summit. From there, it receives its dues. Lately, its price is the highest yet.
Rosella.
Yes, she is to be the next sacrifice. Go now, Prince Alexander. Deal with your enslaver, and venture forth to aid your family at a time they need you most.
Thank you, Oracle.
You retrieve the dried snake skin from the hot desert sand. It's delicate and could easily crumble. Your eyes adjust to the dark as you struggle to breathe the putrid air.
What is this place?
A perfectly smooth, uniquely colored stone sits upon a natural pedestal.
Who comes to my den?
Just a man.
Man. I have known many called man. All wretched, all deceitful. Now, all stone. As a man, you are not capable of honesty, of truth.
But I am.
As a man, you exist only to break a woman's heart. Shallowness and fear are your bane. Come closer, and I will destroy you. If you would look upon me, foolish boy, then reveal your true self.
How?
Hear me in earnest and respond in kind. A blind man asks you to describe the sunset. A poor girl offers to sell you a rotten apple from her basket. A harem slave asks for help. Her master will beat her once he learns of her escape. She offers her services. An old man who reeks of the world's worst stenches asks for shelter. After many years of correspondence with the lady, you propose. Upon meeting her in person, she is far less attractive than she described. Repelled by me? You are not transformed. The enchantment is broken. Forgive me. I have been too hasty in appraising you. It would seem that I possess something of the hard-heartedness I accused you of having.
Considering my predecessors, I think your opinion was understandable.
How can I thank you?
This lair feels even more inhospitable than your own. A sickly green glow pours from a wide pit, beyond which alcoves lie in darkness. A smooth stone sits on an altar-like pillar.
Please, there must be something I can do, or offer you perhaps.
I would have this unique stone.
It would, though I'm loath to ask. I would have you first do a favor for me.
Certainly.
I have all but forgotten my own appearance, and I should dare not enter the town again until I am made more gentle to the eye.
Assuredly, you would make not even the most dazzling sunrise more attractive to the senses.
I thank thee for the compliment. However, I still desire a means to appraise myself. I have none, for once transformed into a gorgon, all were destroyed in my terrible rage. Bring me a looking glass, and I will gladly grant you the stone.
I will do as you ask, my lady.
I am most grateful to you. You may have the stone if that is your will.
Thank you, my lady.
You take the smooth stone.
Farewell, my lady.
Farewell, good sir. Yet before we part, I wish to make mention of something I have sensed in your aura. Whatever wretched life you have thus far lived, I feel a great change encroaching upon you soon. For good or ill, I know not. Heed well my advice. Beware those who would offer help, particularly if such should bear a price.
I thank you, my lady.
You pull out your magic map. You feel a strange pulling sensation. You get on your hands and knees. Pick up the dead fly and drop it into your hand. Disgustedly, you look at it. Manannan eyes you with a snaggle-toothed sneer.
I am ravenous. Fix me something immediately.
Picking off its wings, you throw the rest away. Manannan is impatiently waiting for his food. His stomach rumbles as he drums his gnarled fingers on the table. You'd better feed him quickly, or dire consequences may result.
I have decided to take a journey.
You unlock the oak cabinet using the brass key. Inside, you find you take it with. You quickly pull the levers in the correct sequence. Covered with gold trimmings, the old book's leather cover is cracked and worn, its pages yellowed and brittle. The title, however, most of the formulas. You're carrying a handful. You add a handful of sand to the flask. The 3 acorn. You're carrying a handful of fertile soil from the Bear family's garden. You add a handful of fertile soil to the flask. You shake the flask's contents until they are thoroughly mixed. You shouldn't try making up your own spell. Your work. You unlock the oak cap. Inside, you take. You quickly pull the levers in the correct sequence. It's not wise to mix magical ingredients. You add a handful of sand to the flask. You shouldn't try making up your own spell. You add a handful of sand to the flask. You add a handful of fertile soil to the flask. You shake the flask's contents until they are thoroughly mixed. You wave the magic wand over the flask. With trepidation, you prepare to recite the enhancing musical talent incantation.
Earth bearing fruit from one's toiling hands, with patience of timeless, swift sifting sands, swirl through endurance, soaked salty with seas, permit me to please all music.
You feel the contents of the flask stir slightly as you finish the incantation. You add the thimbleful of dew to the bowl. The wad of dog hair is dirty white and brown. You add the dog fur to the bowl. You measure 1 spoonful of ground fish scales and add it to the bowl. You add the snake skin to the bowl. You add the chicken feather to the bowl. You mix the bowl's contents by hand until they become doughy. With trepidation, you prepare to recite the Understanding the Language of Creatures incantation.
fur of beast and reptile skin, with scale and feather too thrown in, grant me sense to comprehend animals of water, earth, and wind.
You wave the magic wand over the bowl. You carefully divide the mixture into 2 pieces and place the dough pieces in your ears. You will now be able to understand the speech of the animals, birds, and fish. You will not, however, be able to speak to them. The spell will last as long as the dough is in your ears. You quickly pull the lever. You carefully replace the magic wand exactly as you found it. The cabinet door locks as you shut it. If you want something from you pull out your magic map. You feel a strange pulling sensation. You peer into the window, but cannot make out the dim interior. Overhear snatches of the 2 bandits' conversation.
Squirmed just like a pig. And that rope you rigged inside that big oak tree works great. Now nobody here will find our hideout. Why? I'll bet you that
Wench! Come over here, Moray!
So ends my fun. My flight's now done.
Your spell is wearing off. You look up into the towering oak tree. You can only see large spreading branches and thick leaves. Looking down, you see a small hole between the tree's large roots. You feel around inside the hollow tree and discover a rope stretching up into the tree. You pull it, and, to your amazement, a rope ladder falls from the branches above. You've reached the porch of a shack built in the branches of the oak tree. You'd better be careful. Whoever dwells beyond that doorway may not take kindly to unexpected visitors.
So ends my fun. My flight's now done.
Your spell is wearing off. Perhaps you shouldn't just barge in. You've reached the porch of a shack built in the branches of the oak tree. You'd better be careful. Whoever dwells beyond that doorway may not take kindly to unexpected visitors.
So ends my fun.
Your spell is wearing off. Perhaps you shouldn't just barge in. You try to imagine yourself playing here as a child and wonder how many more things you've had to miss. Better not, it'll take you with it. Better not. You have entered the treehouse. A sleeping bandit slumps face down on the table, occasionally stirring. Take care not to get too close, or you might wake him. Perhaps you shouldn't just barge in.
So ends my fun.
Your spell is... You very carefully lift the coin purse off the table, practically from under the sleeping bandit's nose. You pull out your magic map. You feel a strange pulling sensation.
Good day to you, young man. What can I do for you?
I'd like to purchase something.
Certainly. Take a look at the items on the shelf behind me.
You count out 4 coins and give them to the shopkeeper. You count out 10 coins and give them to the shopkeeper. You count out 8 coins and give them to the shopkeeper. You count out 5 coins and give them to the shopkeeper.
What'll it be for you, sir? A good pull of ale, or you rather a dram of rum? My, ain't you the handsome one? Can I help you there?
Just wondering where this instrument came from.
Young man used to come in here a long time ago. About your age, according to me daddy. Had that thing he liked to play. Seemed to make him happy.
The lute made this young man happy?
Nah, he ain't done it for the money. Just liked to play is all. You know, entertain the customers.
Who was he?
Don't rightly remember. I was only a wee mite then. I think he lived with the wizard, though I might be mistaken.
The jar is filled with liquefied musical talent. You start to feel creative, inspired, and ready to play your heart out. The barmaid looks like she can handle anything from rowdy patrons to sneaky thieves. Better not press your luck. The bar...
Why does the lute now hang on the wall?
One day the young man stopped coming over. Daddy found the instrument lying just outside. Said it was real weird how the air around it smelled all smoky, though there weren't no fire about. Anyway, he put it on the wall, in case the man should come back for it.
Do you think he will?
Hard to say. No one's seen him in years.
May I borrow the lute?
You one of them musy types?
Yes, I am.
I like a man who explores his creative side.
Indeed, I'd very much like to practice with it.
Of course you can have it.
Thank you.
If you agree to play for the establishment.
I'm ready to play.
Wonderful.
When you look upon me, you see only stone, but the soul left within me's my own. Touch me with song, my pain is gone.
That sure was the best performance I've heard.
When was the last one?
There wasn't a last one. That was the first performance I've ever heard. My daddy told me all about the last boy who played here.
When was that?
About 17 years ago. Anyhow, you played so well just now. I see no reason not to let you have the thing.
Thank you.
You pull out your magic map. You feel a strange pulling sensation.
Days, they're all the same. I have no plans. My life's a shame. I'm soon a man, little I know. Should I care? I've nothing to show. Youth spent crying.
Greetings. That's an interesting poem.
Thank you. I wrote it myself. It's not finished, though.
What is it about?
It speaks of a young man longing for a better life.
Naturally.
Just as I long for the seductive murmur of an audience anticipating my every word. Say, are you busy?
Fairly. Have you always wanted to be a poet?
No. Before I left my hometown to cross the vast desert to this land, I wanted to be a dancer.
What happened?
I was excommunicated by a populace immune to talent.
I'm sorry to hear that.
No matter. Soon after, I heard the muse call. Bound to her beckoning, she has led me here.
Have you finished your composition?
Not yet. There's something missing, though I can't put my finger on it. What do you think?
Well, the words have lyrical quality, broadly speaking.
Lyrical? That's it. Music. These words would ring all the truer were they sung. Ah, but alas, I have no instrument. Pain throbs to my chores, replacing toys. What are they for? Can I feel joy? I've never heard the sounds of cheers. Only the birds see tears falling.
Perhaps this will help to inspire you.
This is it! My answer! The key to unlocking the creative force inside. Dawn, it's time to go. The journey's long. My pace won't slow. I'll prove that I have not been beat. There's nothing here. So on my feet, the future's waiting.
It's a pity you didn't have any talent potion left to give him. A huge tree stands at the edge of the desert, sharing its shade with the boulder beneath. In the battle for soil supremacy, this tree lost. This would seem an average boulder, except for the hole at the top. The hole is deep, much longer than your arm. There appears to be a glass bottle at the bottom. There is no water in the pitcher. You will need to say the magic word in order to fill it. You peer into the empty pitcher. At the bottom, the word Vandalmere has been etched. You're not thirsty right now.
Vandalmere.
You successfully fill the hole with water and thoroughly soak yourself in the process. The pitcher slips out of your hands and shatters at the bottom of the rock. You take the glass bottle from the hole and discover a piece of paper inside. The piece of parchment has a magical incantation written on one side. You realize this is a page from the sorcery of old. On the back of the spell page is a scribbled note. Where can I find a mandrake root? I fear this land is barren of this rare vegetable. I have learnt it favors darker places. Perhaps the cave. It is my last hope. You pull out your magic map. You feel a strange pulling sensation. Feet work. Often you
I am hungry.
Manannan is impatient.
I am going to lie down for a rest. Do not disturb me.
The bed is... Three doors. You unlock the oak cabinet using the brass key. Inside, you You quickly pull the levers in the correct sequence. replace the missing page. You place the dry, you grind, you care. You carefully place the, you pour, you place, you carefully, you dump, you it hardens quickly. With trepidation, you prepare to recite the turning another into a cat incantation.
Root of mandrake and fish oil, with cat hair over which I toil, to make a meal worse than the rack from this deceiving little snack.
You wave the magic wand over the cookie. You have just created a cookie that, when eaten, will turn the victim into a cat forever. You quickly You carefully replace the magic wand exactly. The cabinet. You pull out. You feel a string. You see a table with 3 bowls. Your stomach growls in hunger. This is the door. There is no answer. Just right. So you take it with you. The porridge conceals the crumbled cookie. It still looks as appetizing as ever. You pull out your magic map. You feel a strange pulling sensation.
furnace. Fix me something immediately.
Manannan is impatiently waiting for his food. You watch, barely able to control a smile from spreading over your face. The wizard chokes on his little snack and clutches his throat. He seems to be turning a somewhat bluish color. As the wizard manages to swallow the tainted, once-hidden cookie, he greedily gulps the remainder of the porridge. You watch, hoping for a sign that the spell will begin its work, but it seems the wizard is unaffected.
Something is wrong. I feel strange.
Really? Maybe you should curl up. Have a cat nap.
What was in that porridge? A cookie?
Ah, the cookie. You know, that reminds me of a poem. Root of mandrake and fish oil, with cat hair over which I toil.
My spell!
Oh, you know that one.
You!
Yes?
You won't get away with this. You'll be sorry, Gwydion.
My name is Alexander.
You open the desk's only drawer, but you see nothing interesting. Again, you search the contents of the drawer, but find nothing interesting. Persistent, aren't you? Upon closer examination of the contents of the desk, you find a letter. You remove it and take it with you. You carry a letter addressed to Manannan. You don't know who wrote it, and you're not sure you want to find out. You unlock. Inside, you find the wizard's magic wand. You quickly pull the levers in the correct sequence. You quickly pull the levers in the correct sequence. This is you're carrying a handful of coarse grains of salt. You measure 1 spoonful of salt and pour it into the mortar. You grind the salt with the pestle. The dried sprig of mistletoe is a thick gray. You place the sprig of mistletoe in the mortar. You grind the mistletoe with the pestle. You rub the stone in the mixture. You gently kiss the stone. With trepidation, you prepare to recite the teleportation at random incantation.
My kiss so tender I now give, so that I may have a chance to live, seeking a place of trouble less. When my smooth stone I shall caress.
You wave the magic wand over the stone. You place the acorns in the mortar. You grind the acorns into a fine powder. You carefully scoop the acorn powder out of the mortar. You put the acorn powder into the bowl. You pour 1 cup of nightshade juice into the bowl. You carefully stir the contents of the bowl. You light the charcoal brazier. You place the bowl on the charcoal brazier. You wait until the nightshade juice is almost gone. A damp, powdery substance remains behind in the bowl. You remove the bowl from the charcoal brazier. You pour the contents of the bowl onto the table. With trepidation, you prepare to recite the causing a deep sleep incantation.
Acorn, nightshade, together mixed, concoction of a deep sleep fixed. From places of much lesser light, you bring to them a long good night.
You wave the magic wand over the powder. This is a plain leather pouch, useful for storing liquid or dry ingredients. Right now, it is empty. You carefully scoop up the powder from the table. With steady hands, you put the sleeping powder into the empty pouch. You now have a magical powder that will put anyone in the vicinity to sleep when poured on the ground in a place where there's both darkness and moisture. The charcoal brazier burns out. You cut the cactus in half with a knife. You squeeze the cactus juice into the spoon. You add the cactus juice to the bowl. You add the jar of lard to the bowl. You keep the empty jar for later use. Toad spittle is unpleasant stuff, to say the least. You add 2 drops of toad spittle to the bowl. You carefully stir the contents of the bowl. With trepidation, you prepare to recite the Becoming Invisible incantation.
Juice of cactus and toad spittle, upon myself but just a little. With flame and moisture both present, I shall become most transparent.
You wave the magic wand over the bowl. You carefully pour the invisibility ointment into the empty lard jar. You pull out your magic map. You feel a strange pulling sensation.
Winch, come over here with more rum.
The sailors peer at you through bleary eyes and continue swilling their rum. One, who looks like the captain, pauses and drunkenly speaks to you.
Aye, me bucko, be ye wanting passage on me ship? What you running from? Oh, it's no matter, as long as you got gold. Let me see how much you got.
As you bring out the purse, the captain snatches it from your hand.
Aye, lad, I sees you do have a wee bit of gold. It's less than me regular fare, but I'll give you passage anyways. We'll be waiting for you at the wharf, but not for long.
The captain and his men down their rum in one long draught and leave the tavern.
Hey, the captain said you'd be coming along. Get on board.
Nothing like a little bit of salt air to perk up a boy's spirits. You feel excited about the upcoming journey.
Ahoy there, me lad. Allow me to introduce myself. My name's Captain Blodlet. I'll be your host for this year voyage, or what you'll be remembering of it. Pretty flag, ain't it?
You're pirates?
Afraid so. We'll be showing you to your quarters now. Set course for the island.
Aye, Captain.
Cautiously, you look around the dank cargo hold. Among stacks of wooden crates, a rope ladder dangles partway through an opening above. It's too high to climb onto. It's too high. You can't use that. The captain's cabin is clean and orderly. His bunk rests against one wall with a large chest at its foot. A chart is tacked to the wall behind his desk. A burly pirate has noticed you from inside the crow's nest. Before you can react, he yells, "You're dead meat, bucko," and slashes at you with his sword. He misses, barely.
We're nearing the island, Captain. Orders?
As soon as we drop anchor, we'll head for shore. The treasure's assuredly still there, waiting for me. Us.
Do you think the map is accurate?
No reason to think otherwise. The last captain of the ship insisted the map was genuine. 'Twas the last thing he said before I ran him through.
What about our new passenger? You think he's up to the task?
Are ye questioning me judgment?
No, Captain. It's just that we can't be knowing if we can trust him.
You be thinking to make a run for it? Fat chance of that. It's a dangerous journey to the center of the island. Even if he made it that far, there's an impassable cliff face on the other side with a sheer drop to the ocean below. And if by some slim chance he managed to climb down, it's a mighty long swim to nearest land. And then there's the sharks.
I guess he doesn't have much of a choice. Do you think there'll be traps on the island, Captain?
Well, of course there'll be traps, you empty-headed sea urchin. The treasure was buried in the days when those wizard characters used to run things. 1,000 years ago, so it be told. The pirate captain to whom the treasure belonged was something of a magician himself. Who knows what deadly devices were conjured up? Well, don't just stand there. Go get him.
Aye, Captain.
A few hours later.
Take this parchment. It's got a lot of silly scribbling on it, but it gives you the best route through that jungle. Now get in there and find that treasure.
And try not to get killed.
Aye, it's a lot of trouble finding someone who won't be missed, and who's foolish enough to set foot on my ship. Quit your prattling, get in there and find me that treasure. Ahem. I mean, find us that treasure, of course.
The old map you obtained from the pirate captain is worn and fragile. It may very well be centuries old. A serene natural corridor leads you from the beach to the inner island. Has appeared. It hovers in the air above the bridge. You examine the treasure map and read the writing scrawled upon it. Through all of life's long, lonely walks, or skips, runs, or trips, true balances are keenly sought. Take heed to avoid tips. A tasteful trio, all distinct, are ways to find new density. Their traits, most heavy, norm, and light, will weigh against longevity.
I don't see how I might.
You see a bottle containing some strange liquid. It's time to take your weight problem seriously. It's time to take your weight problem seriously. Here, gravity is a constant. Braces on the side where you came from snap back into place. Better touch only what you're certain won't kill you. The sea, its clear hue like the sky, to find yourself on endless sand like blood and yet bone dry, and then to luscious fields of wheat, a wide expanse of crops, through waving grasses growing tall, hand brushing across their tops, high over snowy mountain pass, your journey's near the end, step last unto the well-tilled earth, where wounded feet may mend. Maybe the map should be color-coded. A starkly angled stone arch stands alone in the clearing. It has vaguely familiar markings and you gather it has been here for more years than you've learned to count. You take the stone plaque off the ground. Survive nearly 2 decades with a maniacal wizard just to grab at everything you see. What's in a name save for its sounds? They lie close by, look close around. For in creatures both small and great, the way is paved through Saren's gate. You're carrying tiles with inscriptions of animals on them. You feel a tingling sensation as you run your fingers over the plaques. They may be magical.
And pirate Captain Saran, who once derived value from only earthly things. Long ago I concealed them at this place, riches beyond what wealthy men do dream. Does the thirst for treasure bring you here? Are stones and coins your reason for risking precious life?
They are, though I care little for such things. I am seeking to return to a home from which I was unjustly taken, to parents whom I cannot recall.
My death occurred here in a time beyond your reckoning. Your life, a mere moment, is of no concern. The treasure, my only care, binds my soul to this place. Do you desire it?
I desire what I need to reach my homeland safely. Without your treasure, I am doomed.
Then a chance you shall have to claim it. You have demonstrated your cunning and skill. Now a more important trial begins. This island once belonged to the realm known as Daventria, when land and sea once met as equals upon the earth.
Daventria? Oh, Daventry.
Greatest among us was its ruler, Leginimor. He created the greatest of treasures, orbs of power, to aid the land in crisis. When he fell at the hands of his betrayer, the orbs were lost, scattered about the realm and beyond. One orb contained the power to heal the very earth itself.
How might I do this?
In the order of value lies your salvation. Choose well, and the treasure kept here for these past 1,000 years shall be yours. Choose poorly, and you shall die. Choose first the item of greatest importance, then the second, and so on.
Consume it today, conceive a tomorrow. It is a magnificent jewel. The epitome of academic education. The archway has brought you here, wherever here is. The craft of construction.
Now, choose the second. Now, pick the third. You have chosen well. The treasure shall be yours. Take it, and the worthless trinkets contained within.
Zounds!
The pirate captain may not look kindly upon you keeping your share of the gold. Better leave it in the chest.
What is this?
A trinket I acquired in my early days. 'Twas a highway to begin a low life, robbing the first king's grave. That vessel in the likeness of his hands was in place of his own. Take it.
You put the gold coins back in the chest.
Did you get the treasure? Well, you've proved you're worth something, at least for now. Maybe we won't be killing you just yet.
Into the boat. Move it.
After your return from Treasure Island, you spend several more days as a cabin boy.
Get off your bunk, you lazy landlubber. Get to the galley and get the stove running.
Fortunately, the fall only left you with a few bruises, but the captain was none too pleased about the commotion you caused and had you immediately tossed back into the hold, warning you not to press your luck.
The upper deck could do with a good scrubbing. Now get moving.
You can't get closer. You're no
You took your merry time. Go over to the captain's cabin and dust the shelves.
You're not.
There you are. I have been looking all over the castle.
Where else would I be? Where else could I be?
What are you doing?
Only what I can. Nothing. Save watch my land fall into ruin while that winged abomination continues its reign of terror.
It serves not to dwell on matters beyond your...
My wife, do you not feel my anguish? Our own daughter has been taken. And I allowed it.
You had no choice.
There is always a choice.
True. You might have chosen Daventry's destruction. Years ago, you defied the dragon. Even now, the flames still lick at our crops. Imagine the suffering had you resisted further. As for your anguish, every day I weep for Rosella and our son, Alex.
No, I cannot bear to hear his name. Not now.
As you wish. But you must not let this destroy you. Daventry cannot afford to be without its king, nor I without the man I wed.
Were it only that he were here, I would do anything to heal my beloved realm, to make everything right.
Orders, Captain?
We're heading for Usperia. Time to put all that booty to good use. What is it?
That course will take us close to Daventry, won't it?
Yeah? You got a problem with that?
I must be confessing something to you, Captain. I be getting a tad nervous sailing this close to Daventry. What with that dragon I hear out telling those parts.
Ah, you lily-livered codfish! That beast sits over yon mountains, never comes near the shore from what I hear.
Hope you're right, Captain.
Of course I'm right, you jelly-legged squid. That reminds me, when we reach Hesperia, we'll see if we can't sell our new young'un in the market. Should fetch a pretty price. Oh, and make sure there's someone guarding the hatch. We don't want him trying to make a break for Daventry shore as we sail by.
Aye, Captain.
As the pirates spot land nearby, you are unceremoniously dumped in the cargo hold again to keep you from escaping.
He's been safely locked away in the hold, Captain. Say, have you seen this stuff we took off him? That kid carried some strange things. Where do you think he got them?
How should I know? I've heard tell a wizard lives in Ludor. The kid seemed eager to leave. He probably stole those things.
There's something else too. Seems like a map.
Another treasure map?
Don't think so. Seems like a map of Ludor to me. Look, this here's the town where we made port. Whoa!
Better get myself a chest with a lock on it when we reach Hesperia.
You're not. You retrieve your stolen items. You're not close. It appears the pirates anticipated your attempt at escaping and decided to keep a close eye on you. As you sink, you hear the crew rooting for the shark. Now you know the penalty for repeated escape attempts. Masts extend into the floor of the hold. The dirty brown storm brew sloshes around in the half-filled glass jar. You can't use... Cautiously, you look around the dank cargo hold. Among stacks of wooden crates, a rope ladder dangles partway through an opening above. You can't use... There's an open grating above you. You can't reach it. You can't. The rungs to riches or ruin. You can't use. You can't. The masts run through both ceiling and floor. The leather pouch is securely tied and filled with the coarse brown sleep powder you so proudly manufactured. You can't. As your sleep spell takes effect, a silence descends over the ship. You've managed to make it to the shore of Daventry, but your magic essence is all gone now. A winding trail gradually ascends these hills to the mountains and beyond. Many trees have sprouted along the natural path, despite the surplus of shade. The huge rock appears scalable. You should get It's an owl wearing a waistcoat and monocle. Don't be ridiculous. Of course it can't speak. The mountain goat is its own king. A tree grapples with a rock as it attempts to thrive in this frigid environment. The snowy cave is large with thick icicles hanging from its entrance. It's dark inside. As you make your way through the mountains, you suddenly notice something approaching you in the distance. Something that doesn't seem friendly.
I love a warm meal.
You try to fake an impression of chilliness.
Now, don't sell yourself short. Any seasoning? I'm fresh out.
You hastily shake your head.
No matter.
You quickly pour the remaining sleeping powder on the floor. You hope there's enough left to affect the Yeti. These caves are really dark, but you feel a draft coming from two separate ways ahead of you.
Lost, aren't we? Let me show you around a little bit.
Thanks to your navigational skills, you've managed to outwit the abominable snowman, and the way to Daventry is clear. A winding, rickety ramp runs along the walls of the cavern. A tunnel leads off to one side. A stone staircase leads toward the high cavern ceiling. They feel. Dragon is every bit as fearsome as you imagine. Its green scales look hard and impregnable. 3 massive heads blow flame and smoke atop its writhing necks. The sight of it makes you shiver. It's not wise to mix magical The dirty brown storm brew sloshes. That's a good idea, although casting the spell would be too dangerous while you're so close to the dragon yourself.
Stormy brew, churn anew.
It's your sister, Rosella. You untie your sister.
I thank you, my brave sir. Come, we must journey to my father's castle. My parents will be anxious to meet their daughter's rescuer. Do I know you?
Perhaps. We may have shared a cradle once.
I beg your pardon?
My name is Alexander, of Daventry.
Rosella regards you with a look of bewilderment, then a hint of suspicion.
Prove it.
I don't know how I could.
My mother told me once that my brother had a peculiar birthmark.
Well, in that case...
on his right buttock.
I see. Well, if that is what it will take to prove it to you...
Thank you. I am sorry I did not believe you, brother.
After all you've been through, I understand completely. I just hope I don't have to prove my identity to the entire kingdom this way.
The dragon has already laid...
Tell me about our parents.
Our mother, Queen Valenice, is as kind as she is beautiful. She is also wise and counsels father when he is in need of advice.
And our father?
King Graham has been the bravest and most honorable man this kingdom has ever known. It is only in recent years that our country's misfortunes have taken their toll on him.
I wish I could have been there for him.
You are here now. I think that seeing you will do a great deal to mend his ailing heart.
Why did the dragon come to Daventry?
I do not know. On occasion, I have heard Father mumble something about a curse. He would not speak to me of it, though, nor would Mother.
Most curious. I am glad to finally be home.
As am I. It was difficult growing up knowing that I had a brother, yet fathoming neither your whereabouts nor whether you were safe. Though I cannot explain it, somehow I knew you were still alive. I hope your life thus far has not been too unpleasant.
Let's just say that I'm not overly fond of evil wizards.
Then you have something in common with Father. Though he did not know it at the time, one used to serve under him many years ago.
I have had quite an adventure while journeying here.
I can imagine. Perhaps I too will have an adventure someday. Well, preferably one without a three-headed dragon.
Agreed. I am looking forward to meeting my parents.
We'll surprise them. Are you nervous?
Well, maybe a little.
It will be fine. You'll see.
You have nothing more to say to Rosella. I have this noble man to thank for rescuing me.
Incredible! And to think that the dragon is dead and gone after all this time. He is dead and gone, right?
Completely.
Oh, amazing! Noble sir, whom do I and all of Daventry thank for this miracle?
Go ahead.
Good sir. I am Prince Alexander of Daventry.
The gnome gives you a thoroughly mystified look. Then gradually a grin begins to spread over his old wrinkled face. The grin becomes a great smile, and soon the gnome is overcome with joy.
Wonderful, sensational, marvelous news! Yes, it is you, isn't it? I knew it. From the moment I saw you, I just knew it.
Then what did you just ask?
Shh! I must run to the castle and let everybody know. The dragon is dead and Prince Alexander has returned.
fire really does burn. Today's special, Prince a la carte.
Mind your footing, Alexander. The ground up ahead doesn't look stable.
The ground feels uneven beneath your feet. The man stands alone in the gloomy clearing. He wears a simple hooded garment and pays you little attention.
Hello? Are you alright?
I am as I am.
Who are you?
One who remembers many things. My wisdom once served the king.
This is your home, then?
I called it that once, before yours had meaning. It has hidden something from me.
Can I help you find it?
Not as you are, my would-be sire.
You know me.
I know many things. The now, then, and every age in between. The reason for days, and why the stars are restless. The forces that work their will in this world. The trivial manner of your arrival.
But how could you?
Leave me. My time wanes with your wasteful banter.
Believe it. And this
is Prince Alexander of Daventry.
Son?
Yes, Mother.
My heart has ached with longing for this day. Your absence has been a terrible burden for us all. Awaits us.
so ends the first. At last.
Father!
Rosella, are you all right?
As good as can be. Father, you look...
As one who has worried more than any thought possible, for longer than most thought him capable. Do not concern yourself. Is this?
Yes, Father.
I hadn't dared hope for this moment.
Why does your crown glow?
I don't... Wait. The father wanted the crown to find the item. This must be it.
That old thing.
Who is the father?
It doesn't matter. Today, his search ends.
Perhaps that will end his curse. Perhaps its second will not come to pass.
Yes, perhaps. Let us adjourn to the throne room. I have traveled many roads, some joyful, others dark. They have led me far and wide through all manner of danger. Yet they always brought me home, to Daventry. Your road, Alexander, has led you from us. For the longest time, we lost all hope of seeing you again. But the road, it seems, saw fit to return you as well. Along every step of my journeys, I have worn this, my adventurer's hat, a symbol of my zeal and youth. It is right that it should now pass to younger blood. Receive it, and know the man who was your father. May it lead you to fortune and great adventure as much as this world will share. To your futures.
There was no hope for me, and I could not dream of being free. But then I had a vision of you, and you gave me a reason to live, and so I find my way back home to you. Ever walked this far, no one's ever tried so hard, no one's ever felt this way, had so much taken away. Who could know my hurt, my pain, when time and again I'm shamed? How could I have kept so sane?